Here we're going to cover value proposition. What is it you're building and for who? What pains and gains are you creating for what customer segments? And more importantly, what's the minimum viable product that results from all this knowledge? So you're all familiar with the business model canvas. Today we're going to talk about the first box, value proposition. Value proposition is just a fancy word in the business model canvas for what is it that you're building. What product or service are you building? And by the way, we're going to ask later, for who are you building it? And what exactly does it solve for those people? So let's take a look at value proposition. As I said, it's not just about your idea or product. One of the things that's hard for founders to realize, there's actually a customer at the other end. And so while you're thinking this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, the whole idea about customer development is to get you out of the building and tell me whose need or problem you're solving. It's about satisfying a customer need, not just you thinking, what a great idea. And that can't be repeated enough. So today, while we're talking about value proposition works hand in hand with who your customers are. So let's take a look at value proposition. Now, value proposition is not something you're building in isolation. While the value proposition is about solving a customer problem or need, it really consists of three components. The easy one for most entrepreneurs to talk about is what product features you have or what product services you're providing. But there's actually two more important components to value proposition. What gain are you creating for customers? And what pain are you solving for them? So the real goal of you figuring out the value proposition is understanding what we call the minimal viable product. You're trying to figure out, now that I kind of understand my product and service and that what I'm gaining for customers and what pain I'm solving, what's the smallest possible feature set I could be shipping on day one that solves these pains and creates gains for them? And this really is an interactive process because there's no possible way, sitting in your office, you could figure this out. Your real goal here is to figure out what's the smallest thing you could build and develop that actually get you users or sales or whatever and get out to market as quickly as possible. And so the goal of you getting out of the building for value proposition is understanding gains and pains so you can figure out what's the MVP or minimum viable product. What we're really trying to do is find the right product market fit between what you're building and who wants to buy it. Again, we call this relationship between value proposition and customer segment simply product market fit. Today in customer segments, in this lecture, we're really going to ask, what job are we getting done for the customer? That is, what functional or social jobs are we going to get done? What emotional jobs? What problems or needs are we solving? What gains are we providing the customer? What pains? How does market type affect this? And at the end, what we're going to come up with is a deep understanding of the persona and archetype. Who are they? Why would they buy? Why won't they buy? What do you need to say to them? And if you spend your energy out of the building doing customer development and customer discovery here, it will make your company incredibly efficient in actually figuring out how to market and sell to them. So remember, the goal is now to connect the value proposition with what you're going to know and learn outside the building about customers.